Alrighty. So, I am usually on a half an hour before the game to set everything up. So let's go over here and start our setup. At the beginning of every game, there is or the beginning of every ticket, there is a code for you to use to set up the lobby. Now, on our streaming accounts, because PS actually has its very own Overwatch account, that lobby setting is already set up in the lobby, so you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is activate the code, and it will go straight into it. I believe we should have an Xbox and a PC account too. I do not remember the information for the Xbox account right this second, so we pretty much only use the PlayStation account for PlayStation users to stream any other streams that are going on. We do have 3 Twitch streams, so you can stream from your personal account onto the ILWL Twitch stream. That way the notifications show up in the stream announcements, and everybody can click on it and see that it's a official game, and it will be streamed by an official channel. But for today's purposes in the scrim, I'm using my personal channel, so I'll be able to save the video and you guys can go back over and watch it and hear me do all this talking and how to go through the game lobby and everything, to kind of help you understand exactly what is going on. So I have to get the stream code because I don't have it off the top of my head. It should be in our chat pinned somewhere. There it is. It is pinned in the console chat. It's the very top message. You'll see Quick Dro is the one who pinned it. So that is our code, and it's H7NOB or 0B. I think that's a 0, not an O. 0B, that is the code that we use in the lobby. And so everything is already set up. Kill cams are deactivated. Everything's already pre-set up to ILWL standards. So I'm going to go ahead and import this code now. H7N0B. And you can see right there it says official IOWL lobby. So that's the official lobby. That way that if something happens, someone disconnects, it automatically pauses. Kill cams are shut off, and role limits and everything is already all set up. Now, because this is an EU or an NA versus an EU game, you go to your lobby presets. All the way down at your lobby, you'll see the data center the data center preferences, and you can see on there it has all the different types of preferences. So for NA, we usually use US Central or whatever best is available. I am in the West Coast, so US Central isn't the best for me. Best available is the West Coast, but because most of the teams are on the Central East Coast side, I do activate this US Central. Now, when you're going against an EU team, EU is always on France, so when you switch maps in data preference, you're going to be switching between Central and France. First map is an NA map, so we're going to go ahead and keep it on US Central for now. Then we go in here, we can find our maps. I always go to none because it just turns them all off. And then we can start putting in our maps for the said game, which those maps are Nepal, Gibraltar, Nabani, Blizzard World, and Lijiang. So the first map would be Nepal. So we just go over here and find Nepal. Sometimes I have trouble trying to find it and everything, but we could go ahead and activate that. And you see after you put the code, it changes all the settings. We have more spectators and everything. And then we can go through and change all of the information. Now, for an official ILWO game, we usually put what season is. So we'll do like for mock it's season 6, week 1, and then you'd put whoops your team names, which the first team name is HOWL for House of White Lotus, which is the team's name, but they use that as shorthand for us. And sometimes if names are super long, we do have to shorthand them a little bit just so all of the name and information can be seen in here. Oh, I forgot to put, what is this? This is a T2, right? I believe so. I'm just going to double check and make sure that this is a T2 team. We could always go back and fix any mistakes or anything like that. Now, if they have an org name like Ohana Black Coral or Ohana Vipers, I don't always put Ohana because Ohana Black Coral is going to be super long. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Black Coral. I mean, sometimes, well, we could go ahead and see if it will fit in here first. So let's see here. I know I'm slow at typing. I'm not the best at this. That's why I'm always on a half an hour ahead of time to make sure that everything is right and comms are working. Let's see if it fits. Okay, it does all fit. So that would be like a game title that you would put in an actual game. Because this isn't an actual game, it's just a scrim. I'm gonna go ahead and change the season 6 week or the season 6 week 1 to scrim, but just for reference, so you guys know that's how we would title it to begin with. So let's go ahead and put scrim in here, and then on team names you would put your team names. So if they have long names and you want to change things up, like you could put HOWL or you can put Lotus because it's House of the White Lotus. We try to stick to what it would look like in the ticket. So like at the top of the ticket, it would say ticket week 6, or season 6 week 1 tier 2, and then it would have the team names as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one. Did I spell that right? Nope, I didn't. Of course I didn't spell Lotus right. So I'm gonna put Lotus over here. Whoops. And Coral over here. So then you know the team names. You've got Lotus on your left side and you've got Coral on your right side. Now usually in between this time when I'm setting everything up, I'm also in the ticket going back and forth. Like right now I'm going to put in the ticket, what is your team lineups for the first map. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. So I'll like tag both managers and ask them to go ahead and give me their first lineups. That way it's not exactly game time and I'm trying to figure out what their first lineups are. You always want to ask them ahead of time so you're not wasting too much time when the actual game time is, because usually when you get, like, this game is at 6 p.m. EST. When 6 p.m. EST hits, you want to be prepping to get your stream ready, making sure that there's any other final decisions, any switches at any players like that or anything. If we're waiting on a player, you want to wait until almost all the team is in the stream before you start the stream, just because you don't want to be sitting there with too much dead time. So let me go ahead and ask these managers to give me their beginning lineups. So in the ticket, I just asked for the beginning lineups. They'll go ahead and hit me up with the beginning lineups, and then I can take notes in my head, or a lot of time I write a lot of stuff down. So then I will know. So I don't have to keep going back and forth looking through the entire ticket to try to find some of this information. It's always a good thing to take notes. Okay, and if you guys are in the training ticket, you can see that Ban went ahead and gave me his lineup. We do prefer the lineup as in tank, tank, DPS, DPS, support, support, just so it looks prettier in the stream and is a little bit easier to hop between characters if the tanks, DPS, and support are grouped together. So we always try to make sure that it's in order, just to help things look more professional and come together. I'm trying to think of what other type of important information. One thing I find super handy, and I absolutely love it when managers and teams do this, but when they have all matching icons, it makes it so much easier for us to be able to tell who's who. And you'll see that during season. Sometimes some teams will run the same icon, and then you'll be like, okay, well, I know that all of this team or all of this icon belongs to this team, and then you're not having to go back and forth and double check, like, who does this person belong to, who does this person belong to, kind of thing. Um, Not all teams will do it for you, but I commend and am absolutely blessed by the teams that do it because it just makes it so much easier. So a few things I like to do. I mentioned in the ticket that I take notes and information on teams that have played in the past series or if they're a new team, like I mentioned in the tick. House of the White Lotus is a new team, so I will mention something in our opening of being excited to see this new team and just how far they're going to make it, um, kind of thing. And then the Black Coral, they've been with us for a couple of seasons, so we can mention, I can't remember exactly where they ended off last season, and that's going to bother me. But you can mention, like, yeah, Black Coral, they've been with us for a couple of seasons. They did really well in season 5, but didn't quite make it to that championship. Um, if I could remember what team they got bumped from, I'll mention, oh, they lost to so and so, but now they're back for season 6, stronger and more eager to be able to get this title in tier 2. Just, you just want kind of some of that information to draw people in and let them know exactly what they're going to do. Um, in the first couple of weeks, it's always hard because it's just the first couple of weeks of games. We don't know a whole lot of information on these teams, or some tiers you know more information on because you've played against them or you've casted more games in a certain tier or something like that. So you would have a little bit more information on play styles and all that information that you could bring into the stream as well. Sorry if I'm repeating a lot of words too. My brain's not really wanting to connect to my mouth right now, but we are making it work. We got this. Um, more information. Let's think. I try to have a lot of energy in games because that also draws more people in. Um, if you watch the video I posted in the training channel not that long ago about shoutcasting and color casting and those different types of things and different types of casters to be paired together, I I'm like a mix of everything, but I have a tendency of shoutcasting a lot more than color just because I'm not the best with game sense completely, so I tend to just do the more play by play what's going on. Um, and then spectating mode, oh, that's what I forgot to change my settings. Um, for spectating mode, you have your settings so you can switch between first player, third player, overview, and those type of things. You want to mix it up quite a bit and make sure that we're not staying on one side more than the other. Oh, I just saw PK hopped in here. So I am going to go ahead and invite him to group. So you kind of want to make sure that you're staying equal between the sides, and we don't want any type of favoritism between the teams. Hi, PK. Thank you.
What's happening?
Oh no, I'm streaming right now, so I was just going through the talk through of
Oh,
setting up the lobby and just stuff like that. So I've been talking to myself the whole entire time.
yeah, that's why I hated the practice cast. It'll be easier now that I'm actually gonna be talking to somebody. So
Yes. I mean, solo casting will happen. There's no way to avoid it, but I don't like it as much because there's not somebody there to bounce stuff off of.
yeah. Plus, I felt like I was pretty bad at the play-by-play aspect.
And that's fine.
Oh
It all
my
comes
god,
with practice.
I want to get back. I want to play League of Legends so bad.
So normally 5-10 minutes before actual game time, I'll go ahead and start sending out invites so we're
Right,
all ready for game time when it comes.
right. I was thinking when I handled the tickets, when I started handling my own tickets, I was probably gonna start asking for pronouns. Because I feel like literally every single cast we had last season, they assumed Solo was a dude.
True, and sometimes that does happen.
Oh boy. I'm not doing this. Where did every. Oh, oh. Okay, never mind. I was confused. Are we the only two that are gonna be here, or?
I guess so. Some people are like, well, if there's too many people, they don't want to be here. But the whole point of it is for them to be here anyways and just to get training. That's why I had all of the training casters um, added to the ticket so they can kind of see the way that we run tickets.
Right.
Um, and so that's why I'm also streaming from start to beginning so people will have an idea of how to set up the lobby. And with NA and EU, I went through all of the preferences and game lobby code and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Hmm.
And sometimes teams don't come until the very last possible second.
Yeah. To be fair, God knows what time it is over there, but still. At least I'm pretty sure Black Coral is one of the EU teams.
Yeah, I believe it's 10 p.m. there.
Mm. Really? I could have sworn it's more than 6 hours ahead of where I am. It is 6. Let me shut the fuck up.
So Lotus is new. I recognize maybe three, four people.
Oh, I recognize a couple too. That's not from IOWL.
Now, in this instance, where it's game time, they have 20 minutes to come before they would technically forfeit in an official
Forfeit.
game.
What if they have like an actual good reason though? Like
Mm,
what if just what if they have six and one of their people has like a medical emergency or like a power went out or something?
well, as long as they have six, then they should be able to play as long as it's within tier
No,
requirements.
no, no. No, I'm saying what if they have six
Oh,
and they only have six and one of their people has a has like a power outage or something.
depending if both teams will allow it, they'll wait a little bit longer. But if it comes down to it, where say Coral, one of their person is having internet issues, if they are not able to get on and Lotus kind of says, well, hey, we were here on time, it's not really fair, then that would kind of come down to the mods coming in and trying to fix the situation. So they can either forfeit or there could be an instant where they would reschedule for another date.
Oh, okay. Wait, it looks like they're all here though. Isn't Han Solo on Black Coral?
Okay, now that everybody is here, I always double check in ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, after you check, make sure everything's okay. You'd message in the ticket, all right, I'm going to be starting stream. Then you go into to start your stream, make sure the information that's on the game is also the same information that you put on the stream. So you would put like the season, the week, the tier, and the names.
Uh-huh.
And then you'd start stream. And I usually count down about 3 seconds after I start stream and I know that I'm live before I do my intro. And then you talk about with your co-caster who wants to do intro or anything. Some people like to do intro, some people don't like to do intro. So I'll go ahead
Right.
and run the intro. So I'm going to pretend, okay, I started stream. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the International Overwatch League Minors. Tonight I have the week or season week tier 2 House of the White Lotus. See, I forgot the name there. Versus Ohana Black Coral. I am your host, Queenie. Hello, welcome. And today with me, I have my wonderful co host, PK. Hello, PK. How are you?
I'm fine.
Awesome. I am super excited about this game tonight. And we are just waiting on the ready for both teams. And then we are going to go ahead and hop into our first map, which is Nepal. And it does look like both teams are ready. So here we go.
Traveling to Nepal.
Oh, it feels nice to be the spectator for once.
Most definitely. You know, going through this season playing games nonstop can take a toll on you, but I always found casting to be a great like outlet and be able to have some fun and watch these teams.
Oh, I have no idea which side I'm on. I don't know if red or blue's coming out of this corner. Let's see.
Uh, that's okay, and that's like, you know, you'll just
I'm on blue.
work on that. Alrighty, and we are prepared to attack. And over on Lotus side, looks like we are going to go ahead and run the Reinhardt Hog with a Hanzo Torb and a Mora Lucio. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of switch to the Mei out of band. And then over on Black Coral side, we're running with the Reinhardt Diva, Tracer Sombra, and a Lucio Anna.
Round one. Capture the objective.
These teams are probably gonna get there at about the exact same time.
The
Solo's
look,
already right next. He nearly got detected. He's about to hack the hog, probably.
both Reinhardt's on point, swinging these hammers. Oh, big hack on that hog. Looks like a Black Coral does have the numbers here. Get that hack on the Reinhardt and get him taken out there.
Turret's getting free shots on everybody though. They're only just now contesting it. Yeah. White Lotus has a number advantage right here though, so they're probably about to take it very quickly.
Most definitely got a Reinhardt in this room. Swinging does take out Atlas as Lotus captures the point. It is now 3-19.
Brian's taking a nap on the job. About 70% of molten core just got ate.
Looks like the McCree gets a stun on the Torp and takes him out.
And
May
then
is pushing on him.
Nano went to Sombra too.
Hans does get the hack on the Reinhardt, but Moira is there to helping keep him alive.
Coalescence comes out with the enemy Lucio, the Black Coral Lucio, being hacked. Diva Bomb's gonna find one Moira.
Both Diva and Reinhardt on this point. See Freeze coming out. Diva gets demeched. Whole Hog on point. Big hack taking Whole
Looks
Hog out
about
of the
a-
game.
Almost an even fight for a moment.
But Lotus still keeping majority control at this point.
Han Solo setting up for another EMP, but while Lotus is spy checking, he's about to use it. Never mind.
Looks like he's gonna go ahead and sneak up right here and does get the MP off on that Reinhardt. High Noon coming into play as well. Quadruple
3K.
pick. Maybe the May too if he can get out of this freeze. Doesn't get out of the freeze and gets taken down by May.
It's not gonna be oh, it is a team kill. Oh, somebody had responded. Respawned already.
99 to 30%. Coral does take it back. Still have several alts online here.
Yep, and Han Solo is changing to I said Super Soldier. Soldier 76.
We have Reinhardt on point. Diva does get the remech on the Lucio. We see Core and B coming out. Lucio gets nanoed. Trying to look for the boop there. Doesn't get any boops.
That's an interesting nano choice, but it works out.
Coral doing an absolutely beautiful job here, keeping control at this point, but you know it's not over yet. They do have a Shatter online for Lotus.
Ooh, that was a nice shot by the Tor.
Shatter comes into play. Oh, he gets charged and taken out
Ryan's
by Atlas.
fighting the entire team. Hey, he has a high enough health to fight everybody, though.
See Bomb coming onto point. Does get the Torb. This is turning into a all-out ult fight here. We're both clicking
It's an
into
even
overtime.
fight, though. Nobody else has ults except Roadhog.
Lotus was getting the cap, but Reinhardt and Anna were able to come back. Now it's just May on the point.
Oh, that was a nice wall.
Reinhardt's back. Those alt charges, they're just being able to dump everything they can. They've got core onto point. Lotus does take it and caps it.
I don't know how I'm able to. It was hard for me to follow what was happening. Yet, if I was actually playing, I would have been able to understand what was happening. That was weird.
And as you cast more, that will come a little bit more to you. Like I haven't casted for a little while, so I'm struggling following too. but as you do more, it does become easier.
Yeah, but that's like the kind of chaos that I make happen in fight in these games. So that was so weird.
5,
Oh, we have a Reaper. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. Round
Yeah, it does look like we do have some DPS switches here, along with some tank switches. Getting off that hog onto the Zarya, both teams are running the Symmetra. Sim turrets are on point. Getting taken out quickly, but Coral is just pushing Lotus back here.
I'm spectating Reaper right now. The Reaper gave them just enough damage for the breakpoint they needed to be able to endure these fights. With the Reaper on the field, the Mei's gonna be really afraid to just go in and freeze every single person that she sees. And he's sneaking up behind him right now.
Big window on point, pushing them back. Immortality comes into play. Mei is in the back here.
She's still there. Nobody killed her.
Reinhardt charging into point, but that Sim is just beaming. Beat and Colas has come into play as well as both shields.
Wall trades.
Han Solo. Diva still on point. Diva is demect.
Reaper teleports in, but gets deleted instantly.
Looks like Lotus does get capture of this point at 3 to 48%. Snappage is
looks like they're coming out the left. Probably gonna see a triangle party right here.
Most definitely. We already see Freeze coming out, trying to get the majority of the team frozen, and it does look like Coral is falling. It is just cleanup now.
Yeah, but it was a good eco push. It was a good eco push by Black Coral. Now Lotus doesn't have any ults to respond to the 4 that they have.
Oh, big shatter in the room.
Yeah.
And now it is just a cleanup here for Coral as they get a team kill and start to capture this point.
That's the power of an eco push. They only use 4 ults out of the 6 that they got in that fight, too.
For Lotus here. So they're going to have to really figure out what they're going to push. See Beat and Wall come into play here.
Both supports are going to go out the fight for Black Coral.
And it doesn't look like Lotus was able to retake this point pretty easily there.
I really wish they displayed team names on the spectator UI. Wait, is that an option? Is there something I can do to?
What do you?
I'm trying to see if there was any way to display like team names while I'm spectating.
Oh, so when you go onto an actual person, it displays the team name.
Oh, okay. Solo shatter on the Baptiste while he puts out his window. And it looks like White Lotus is gonna take this in a 2L sweep. I haven't seen that Reinhardt skin in a long time.
Snappage with the play of the game.
I'm surprised that band was playing May.
Epic.
That's interesting. I honestly I didn't notice it during the game, but I'm genuinely surprised that he didn't go Sombra, not Sombra, Hanzo once, did he?
I'm not sure.
I don't think he touched Hanzo.
So after the match ends, we go back to lobby. You put in the ticket any switches, and then the managers will let you know if they're going to switch somebody out or if they're going to stay the same. To cover up time, you could talk about the game that just played, or certain heroes, or who you think your MVPs are, or anything that you saw, any combos or anything that you saw that really stood out to you during the map, just to kind of fill in time here as we're when we wait for
Hmm.
switches and the ready ups from both teams.
Right. I will be right back. It smells like something's on fire in my house. I'll be right back.
Oh no!
Okay, I'm guessing whatever that smell is came from outside.
Well, that's good.
Also, I think I heard a fire truck roll past. So
Okay, I just switched maps and then switched data preference since this one is an EU map.
right.
They're just asking some questions in the ticket, so we're just waiting on that.
Okay. I should probably have that ticket open. Eh.
Quinn was thinking the same thing I was thinking.
Oh,
In that instant, we wouldn't, like official games, we wouldn't allow that, but because both
yeah.
teams
Yeah, of
said it was
course.
okay. All right, now we're just
I
going to check for
I'm
the readies from Quinn.
I'm not meaning to cut you off, by the way.
No, you're good. I mean, you'll find, especially during games, you'll find that there's sometimes you'll talk over each other. It's just about finding someone that you cast very well with together and know handoffs. Like that video I posted in the training channel is about, n- knowing the other person's handoff, like tones and keywords and stuff like that. But you'll
Right.
you'll get all of that once you get regularly casting with someone. Um, okay, well, both teams are ready, so we are going to hop into Gibraltar.
Arriving at Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Okay, escort maps. I'm a little bit more knowledgeable. I just saw Genji and
Initiating match.
Widow, and I'm more open.
Ready for battle.
Okay. On Black Coral side, we have a. Oh, it's a dive comp. Ball Diva, Tracer, Echo.
Attackers
Forget
incoming.
the name,
30
Brigitte,
seconds.
and I forgot his name. Oh my god, thing out of. And Lotus side, we have a typical brawl comp. Ryan Zarya, Torb, Junkrat, Anna, and Mercy. From my experience, brawl comps are typically weak to dive comp, so we'll see
5, 4,
what team comp
3,
is going to win over
2,
this first fight.
1.
Definitely, I think Atlas is gonna do a really good job on that ball with just constantly diving into them.
Well, the turret's already done for.
They are taking this fight to the high ground before even focusing on pushing on this point.
Sometimes it's more important on completing the fight or getting the kills before moving the point. But for this particular comp, you can get away with taking the fights before moving the payloads. But if they were bunkered up, it would be more advantageous for them to move the point and get it onto lower ground. It seems like they came to kind of a stalemate in terms of which comp is going to work better.
You know, both of these tanks for Lotus's side are just in there. And now we are finally getting that pushback on Coral.
You mean Lotus, right? Because they're on defense.
Yeah, Lotus was pushing Coral back.
Okay. Okay. I was confused. Looks like it looks like the low ground setup for Lotus is actually might be a lot better to compensate than it was start of this match.
Most definitely, they are keeping that low ground and trying to keep enough distance between this dive so that the dive doesn't really do anything. And if they do dive, they have enough of a chance to be able to protect themselves and take.
It's really the Transcendence came out for no reason though. Less looks like they're to change comps.
We do see Lotus has 4, almost 5 ults.
They're changing comps. Zenyatta comes back as an Ana, and the ball comes back as a Orisa.
Most definitely, you know, they tried that dive for a minute to try to get a little bit of room, but then they finally realized that something had to change because they were just getting stuck there.
Looks like we have double shield now. It looks like Snappish is most likely gonna change BPS as well. Yep, Cassidy, double shield and Cassidy, along with a Echo. Problem is, this happened so late that Lotus has the ult advantage. They still have 3 ults up, and almost the entirety of Black Coral doesn't have anything going for them right now except for duplicate. I try not to do this, but I would almost want to mirror match Lotus's comp if I was.
30 seconds remaining.
Trying to think exactly who Han Solo is going to duplicate here.
Here comes Tyre. Caps snap.
Gets the dupe on the Reinhardt.
That's the optimal choice. Gets 1 kill. Unsuccessful shatter.
He's pushing on this Zarya. Almost takes her out.
He does get the kill. It looks about even on both teams. Now it tilts a little bit more into Black Coral's favor. Ooh, huge shatter.
Solo is able to still stay on this point though. And over time, they're still holding on to this point as much as they can.
Looks like White Lotus is going to hold completely. Well, not completely, but still.
No, but you know, it was definitely a very strong hold out of White Lotus. I mean, like you said, Coral came in there with that dive comp Was maybe on that dive comp for a little too long, and then finally when they started making switches, they started making that room that they needed again, but unfortunately Lotus was already well stacked and it just kept them back, and now they don't have very far to push this point. So I'm really interested on what Coral can do for defense, um, to
And in
keep.
terms of that,
Ready for battle.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I figured out what that burn smell was. Somebody is grilling. I recognize the smell of
Attackers
grilled
win
hot dogs anywhere.
30 seconds.
The right moment because I am starving.
Oh,
I guess it's rare to have three casters at once.
no, there is options where you can have more than three. It just gets kind of clouded and talking every once in a while. So some of
Oh,
us decide to just keep like that was Zex, by the way, not a caster.
yeah, no, I figured that was Zex, but Lotus is running a dive comp, a more proper dive comp at least.
Oh well, let's see if their dive comp could outdo uh, Coral's dive comp. I do see that they are moving the point a lot faster than Coral did because Coral kind of
Yeah,
fixated on taking that high ground. That Lotus is out here taking plenty of room
Coral,
this first couple of minutes.
Coral recognized the payload movement though. Since they were bunkered up with this, they maintained the double shield that they started that they went into the attack round. Well, they ended the attack round with. Once they realized that the payload was moving, they dropped over, but they went back to high ground, and now the payload is moving.
Yeah, Winston is
They're
backcapping it
basically
here.
C9ing.
Most definitely, they haven't even
Are they
realized
gonna
on that
touch?
high ground.
They touch, okay. Thought I was gonna see a C9 here.
They do take out that Winston. See Tire coming into play. Ooh,
Ooh.
big Tire.
Somebody gets res though. Looks like it's nobody that died to a tire at least.
No, it was that res on that Sigma bringing in Corn back. Corn. That's another thing is the pronunciation of names. Sometimes we have to work on pronunciation of names. It's Quinn. I said Corn.
I think it's Okanaran, actually.
Lotus
The
is up
mercy
on
goes
this
out
high ground.
for Coral.
Monkey gets the dive. Now he is trying to jungle this Orisa around. Bob is on point.
But
He
he's
has
in
Sigma
front of a
ult.
shield, I think.
No, that's his shield.
Lotus seems like they don't want to commit to the fight. Yep,
They are
and that's
switching
why
off that dive.
we have a Reinhardt. Now we have a brawl comp going against a double shield.
60 seconds.
But only 60 seconds
Considering that-
left.
9 times out of 10, the Cassidy's gonna develop his Deadeye by the end of this fight. More than likely, we're gonna have even ult parties right here.
Most definitely. We saw Bomb. We see Visor. Immortality out. Bongos is out.
We're about to see Junkrat and Cassidy ult too.
Lucio is so low on this point.
Not unless he dies. Okay. Cassidy has high noon though. I don't know where he is.
10 seconds left on this clock. Will Lotus be able to reach it?
Nah, this match is about over.
High Noon dropping from the top ropes. Immortality coming out. Ball is on this point, though. We see
Here comes
Tyre.
Tyre. Oh, C9. Oh,
Oh.
yeah, it is a C9.
It looks like Coral did C9 there in the last. They kind of all separated because of that Tyre.
Play of the game.
I'm almost positive that wasn't the purpose of that particular Tyre, but it worked out.
Epic.
That's more like it.
Most
I'm about
definitely
this close to going.
going.
I'm really hungry.
Oh. Smelling all that barbecue, so now you're hungry.
Yes.
Okay, usually when we go on to third map, we switch sides so that the same team isn't attacking more than once.
The NA for this one, right?
Yes. Let me just switch these names over, and then I'll switch the preference. I do want to mention, with that being an EU map, Lotus did absolutely wonderful there.
Yeah. Doesn't. Well, it's actually it's a bit of a tricky handoff. Most of the time when I'm on EU servers in these games, I don't experience any lag, but I know some of my teammates have said they experience lag. I know plenty of people say they have lag, so I guess it depends on your variables like your Wi-Fi strength and all that. But it seems like it didn't really stop Lotus at all. Then again, it also it also seemed on Black Coral's side that they, at least on their attack round, they switched a bit too late.
Whoops. Oh, no, that's right. Okay. Okay, now everything. Oh, map. Map needs to be switched.
Hmm. I don't know the map pool, so
Nimbani.
might have to go to the store and buy some hot dogs after this. Numbani, you said?
Yes.
Looks like we're gonna get a ton of hallway holds. And good for Junkrat.
So normally map 1 and 2 you can keep on the same sides. 3 you switch, 4 you switch, and then 5 you can keep as 4.
Right. So there's two different coin flips for map two, right?
Yes, so when the tickets are open and it's teams like this go together, um, they flip for map 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then they can either flip right at that same time for map 5 or wait until they go through all 4 maps and then flip for map 5.
Okay.
It does look like Coral is all ready to go, just getting the ready from Lotus, and then we can hop into Numbani.
Sorry about that. My mother called me. She wants me to bring her some berries.
Somewhat.
Blueberries.
Blueberries. Ooh.
I think. But it looks like Coral's ready.
Okay, and it looks like looks like Lotus is ready. So we can hop into Numbani.
Are we playing all five or?
Traveling to Numbani.
I forgot to ask that.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Double Shield makes its return on Black Coral side.
Going with the classic Ryan Zarya for
Attackers incoming in 30
Lotus's
seconds.
side. Looks like Snapitch is going to go ahead and keep with that Ash pick. He was doing really, really well on Gibraltar. So
Oh,
hopefully he
and we
can.
have a
4,
Doomfist sighting.
2, 1.
Ooh, a Doom Reaper combo.
Yep, and I am going to follow that Doomfist for a little bit. There's not much to stop Doomfist. He actually counters the Sigma and the Baptiste, so unless he doesn't see Han Solo behind him to run his pockets.
It looks like they're going to try to go ahead and give him a little bit of a tick here before dropping to point. We both got Doom and Reaper on this Orisa. Orisa does fall.
They should have dropped a little earlier to help their Orisa though.
Oh, but it is a cleanup on Coral's side, and they have kept this point.
They weathered the storm early. More so a rush comp more than a brawl comp. That's why they were trying to get into them so quickly. Okay, looks like Lotus is going under. Let's see what happens. However, Black Coral is almost completely holding upstairs while Echo's in the back lines. It looks like she's about to sneak up on Globby.
Bob does get thrown on point.
Han Solo actually dies. Here comes Meteor Strike.
Sigma Orisa still on this point.
It looks like... Oh. Yeah, Black Coral run this one.
Two
Okay, that's
team
two fights
fights down, yes, and Black Coral was able to dominate both team fights. Looks like Lotus is coming up on quite a few ults here, but they are making a couple of changes, getting off of that Doom Reaper onto the Genji Soldier.
Yeah, but more likely they're gonna have Shatter by the time the fight really breaks down on the Lotus side.
Most definitely, maybe a Shatter Bomb, possibly. Immortality gets used early with the window. Bongo's coming into point. Another window is on point along with Visor.
There's the Shatter.
McCree and Bap still there. They need to be able to take that Bap out. And it was just a little bit of cleanup, and they do capture this point. Now it is time to move that payload.
Nothing a little bit of ult spam can't fix. I don't think there's a single thing any character can do in this game that can help you survive every single ult the other team has.
See Bama coming, does take out that Orisa. Oh, but they get the res.
Here comes Genji on the flank. He's about to have Dragon Blade 2 as well.
Looks like he's gonna go after this McCree here. Looks like McCree's trying to get that background, the back for the High Noon. Or Cassidy, my bad. Remember to call him Cassidy.
Yeah. It's somehow my mind managed to adjust to that completely, but I understand other people still saying him. Saying Cassidy. How about McCree?
Genji getting taken out by the Mercy. We have the Diva copy coming out of Han Solo. There goes
Here
the
comes
bomb.
The bomb.
Does take out Immortality.
Which is unfortunate because the Reinhardt had his shield up regardless. So now there's technically nothing really stopping a Dragon Blade from coming out. I'm thinking of the wrong team.
Okay, we see Window on the corner of the bus here. Just trying to make some room. Visor from the high ground.
Here comes
Genji
Dragon
Blade.
Blade. Finds Sigma. Going for Baptiste. Finds Baptiste. And it looks like Black... Is this Black Coral? Right? No, Lotus. Lotus is gonna cap the second point.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Coral has 3 ults online, and Lotus only looking at 1, possibly 2.
Black Coral does need a stabilizing fight right here. And now that they have a Sombra, they can get a little bit more crowd control going for how fast this Lotus team is trying to move.
D.Va making sure she keeps this high ground protected here, because Snappage does have his ult. He's just trying to look for somewhere to drop it. He finally is able to drop that high noon, taking out the Baptiste. $60. There was a res on that Baptiste.
Oh!
Immortality's on point.
Han Solo just got killed out of EMP. He got killed the moment he casted it too. That's huge.
0-3. Switching sides.
You want to know how I'm really hungry? Like, I'm not even craving just hot dogs anymore. I want a fucking donut. I don't even eat donuts.
Donut does sound
There's
good.
something wrong with me. Yeah, but I don't eat them like that.
You must just want the sugar.
I do have a big sweet tooth. You can give me any chocolate bar as long as it's not a Milky Way and I'll be happy, pretty much. Or an Almond Joy. I don't understand who thought Almond Joys were okay.
A Snickers sounds good.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Basically a meal. We have the team comp for Lotus, but it seems like Black Coral hasn't made the decision yet, but it looks like we're gonna go with a Sim, possibly a TP. Gonna go with that's a brawl comp. That is a full-fledged brawl comp.
1. Attackers incoming.
So it's full-fledged brawl comp against a double shield with a brawl comp side dish, and it looks like Black Coral's gonna go underneath, and Lotus Reinhardt is gonna meet them.
Oh, and they took the TP to the high ground, taking high ground control.
Yep, now they're playing defense. Now they're rotating over to meet the Lotus Reinhardt. He shouldn't be up there by himself though. Looks like Junkrat's gonna die to. Yep, Junkrat's dead.
Oh, and this is big. 4 of Coral is down. They just need to do the quick cleanup here on that D.Va. Does get the D.Va, and the Reinhardt's down as well.
Yeah. Once Snappish fell off the map, that gave Lotus a chance they needed to take this team out. Guttering on full display today.
Beautiful shatter coming out of Horus. Oh, and he gets a boop to the low ground.
Looks like Milkman won the Ryan 1v1 though. But him and the Baby Diva are all alone on point. Now they're in a very disadvantageous position. They're completely separated from the rest of their team in enemy territory.
Most definitely looks like
Yet
Diva's gonna try to
they're
make it
still
out.
alive.
Right? Oh, and he uses Shatter at Reinhardt. I wish I should have caught that. That was absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was pretty funny.
Tire immortality comes out. So many alts are
Here
coming
comes the
now.
other tire. I don't think it caught anybody.
Reinhardt gets taken. Fearless
like
is the only one left on point.
Yep, Lotus is gonna cap off of the chaoticness. I forget who shattered who, but that was the game changer for that.
Milkman shattered Horus, and it
yes.
was a huge game changer there. I mean, he was in the back line, had no sustain. He just decided, well, I'm just gonna throw it all out here.
Well, it was literally just them back there, so there was no light. If he ulted right there, he was gonna win the fight instantly. There was nobody around Horus to help him out.
Atlas doing a wonderful job pushing and making room.
Window fire strike catches two.
Coral backing up a little bit here, letting Lotus be able to get on top of this point. You see both
How
the
did that
shatters.
shatter reach Fearless? Strange.
See a tire coming from the back line. Doesn't get anybody.
Yeah, but all it does is it removes the shields, but that's about it.
That definitely was a lot of ults in that push. But you know, both of these teams are doing absolutely wonderful. They're getting their ults back like almost instantly.
Currently, Black Coral is on pace to beat the capping time of Lotus, so we'll see what happens.
Good choice.
Panda here up on the high ground. He did get stuck in a trap, now battling a Junkrat. Gravity Flux
Sigma
coming into
captures
play.
two and puts down one.
Oh, big rock to Milkman. Now Coral does have Tire online. Looks like they will be able to get to beat and duplicate probably pretty fast here.
I think at this point it is, unless some miraculous 6K happens in the next 30 seconds, it's not going to be possible for Black Coral to beat Lotus's capturing time.
Oh, snap it. Taking out the Mercy.
Shatter
That is
gets
a
blocked.
big pick. Here comes Tire. Oh, but Tire gets taken down by Visor. Just a little bit of Molten Core out of Fearless there.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Just under a minute 30 to go. We'll see who's gonna be able to win out these next probably 2 fights.
Oh, a big window coming in and play. Fearless taking out 2.
A very big window. Turret's just having free range over it.
Snappish getting that pick on the Reinhardt, but Panda was right there behind him and took him out.
Look, problem is, Black Coral has almost every single. Well, they have 3 ults. Lotus only has Valkyrie. Going. Well, Shatter's gonna come online in the middle of the fight, but regardless, they're outnumbered in terms of ult percentage.
Oh, and there goes the Shatter and the Nano.
They're gonna try and make sure that Ryan doesn't get any chance to fight.
And we see Molten Core on the point again. This might be it for Coral here.
Yeah, it is.
Hainu coming from the backline takes out 1. Snappish isn't going to be able to get away from Glob. Lucio and Baby Diva.
We're gonna get one more
point.
fight in since Lotus can recontest though. They don't need to stagger right now. They can group up for one last fight.
Oh, beautiful counter charge. Bomb coming in from behind.
Oh, that's
Grab is
a
on
good
point.
grab. Black Coral's gonna take it.
And we're in overtime. And there it is.
I said Black Coral. I meant Lotus. Oh, man. Maybe I should switch team colors to make sure. Looking at it. Yeah, Snapfish falling off the map right there really opened up a lot of opportunities for them.
Now, in a normal season game, we would be ending it saying congratulations to Lotus for winning. And then we would do an outro and everything. They do want to continue all 5 maps. If you want to go get food, you're more than welcome to go get food.
Oh no, it's new. Quinn said they can't do anymore.
Oh. Ah, okay. Well, with that, we could go ahead and go through the outro and everything. So at the end of the game, you know, congratulations to House of White Lotus for your victory in season blank, week blank. I am your host, Queenie, and I had my wonderful co-host, PK, with me. Thank you so much, PK, for joining me. It was an absolute joy being able to cast and watch these games with you. Do you have any MVPs that you thought really stuck out?
Well, it seems like Black Coral wants Panda to be MVP, but I have to say, overall, the team play was pretty good. It was so chaotic, I can't name exactly one person who was stand out. I'm still getting used to being able to see fights from this kind of perspective, so
Most
can't really
definitely,
put my
yes.
finger on an MVP.
I know both teams did absolutely wonderful. I do have to say, since I love Reinhardt, you know, Horus and Atlas, their back and forth was absolutely beautiful. So, with that being said, again, congratulations to House of White Lotus. Until next time, this is IOWL. We love you. Good night.